thing you can consider data part and operations part is a very, very important. These organizations related data part, how representing, operations part, how representing. So that is, we have to know it, guys. So data part of the organizations we can represent by using the variables and data types, guys, simply. Data types and variables. Using these things, data part of the organization we can represent. Operations part of the organization we can represent by using the functions or methods or both things, guys. So all the programming languages providing maybe functions, maybe methods, or some languages providing both functions and methods also. Using these things, operations part of that particular organization we can represent what can do, what cannot do, like that. Okay, so every organization's related information, data information maintaining purpose. So variables and data types we are using this point, remember, guys. All be clear? So already variables related we discussed and data types related last session we discussed. So operations part related, functions concept, methods concept related. Coming days we are going to discussing. We are not continuing right now. So before learning about these things, some other concepts also we are going to discussing. Okay, na? Operations part related coming sessions we are going to discussing. So when coming to the data types here, so some of the keywords in every programming language, some of the keywords only considering like a data types only. Simply data types are nothing but some of the keywords of the programming languages. So which are used to specify the what type of value has to store into the variable. In one variable, what type of value is storing that can representing using the data type. Using the data type. So if it is a Java, guys, so int a means a integer type value required to this a like that representing. Python is a dynamically typed language. Python is a dynamically typed. That's why a equal to 10 like we are writing. So based on the value type, what type of memory is required, Python deciding automatically. If you are learning Java as a developer or as a learner, you are only responsible representing of this data type before the variable name. What type of value only allowed like that we can represent using this data type. Okay, na? Remember, guys. So the data type, dynamically data type concept related I explained here. And next, all these data types dividing like a fundamental and collection, I said, also called as a primitive and non-primitive. Okay, so fundamental under what are the data types comes under the fundamental and why coming under the fundamental, that is you have to know it. Using one variable reference in memory location, only one type of value at a time we are able to store. In memory location we are able to store only one value, one type of value, and referencing to this variable name. So these kind of data types are comes under the fundamental data types. Okay, so for example here, all these numbers, guys, numbers related, nothing but int type. For example, this one. Okay, int type related, num equal 10 like that. Float related, guys, floating representation related, floating values representation related. Okay, numbers with decimal point called as floating values, and complex values, guys. So real numbers and the imaginary numbers, both combination there like this. Okay, this all comes under the numbers into float to complex. So simply called as numbers. Okay, and Boolean types related, yes or no related. Okay, with the true and false we are representing is active, true, or is active, false, like that. String types are related also. So in Python, between the quotations, either single character or group of characters we can create, we can considering like a string. Okay, string is also comes under the fundamental data types only. Okay, na? Only these three things, guys. Numbers related, Boolean values related, string related, remember it. And when coming to the collection data types, collection means using the one variable reference in the memory, different types of values we can store. So this is one variable. So here the integer type, string type, float, Boolean, like different values we can write it, guys. So using the one variable reference in the memory location at a time, many type of values we are able to store. That is those kind of data types comes under the collection data types. So what are the collection data types means? List type, list using the square bracket representing us with the comma separating values. In Python, what are the data types there? All we can use inside the list. Every type can allowed in the square bracket, inside the square bracket. Next, tuple data type, using the parenthesis, we are, okay. List is mutable, guys. Mutable means once creating one object with values in the memory, in the future also we can do changes. We can add, we can remove, we can delete. Okay, that entire information here only given. And these files I shared in the portal also, guys, and in the group also I said do practice. And later we have a separate data type concept. So there list one day, tuple one day, like that we are going to discussing much more points. So set using the curly brace syntax. See guys, list using the square bracket, tuple using the parenthesis, and set using the curly brace with the comma separating values only we are writing. And here all the types allowed, guys. Here also all the types allowed in this curly brace. Only some types only allowed. What are allowed, what are not allowed, when we are discussing about this set related, we will discuss more points. Okay, now. So number types related, these three things there, guys. Into, float, complex related. Okay, and next coming to the dictionary, one more thing, dictionary. So DICT we are calling dict data type. It representing the collection of key value pairs which are enclosed in between the curly braces. Each key is unique like that. When we are discussing the dictionary related, lot of rules and regulations I will let you know. Simply curly brace syntax with the key column value. This is column. Okay, key column value. Okay, here column. So all of you understanding us so far these things? What are the comes under the collection? What are the comes under the fundamental? Let you know. Let me know, guys. Let me know, guys, in the chat box. So far is clear. Just I'm giving revision. This concept is very, very important up to entire the course. You have to get full clarification here only. Okay. So I hope everyone following. And next, see here, based on the using one variable, how many types of values, how many values we are able to store in the memory. Based on that, fundamental and collection like dividing. Next, in Python, every data type is considering like one object only, guys. Simply everything is considering like object. That's why every data type is considering like one object. So every object having its own behavior. Based on the behavior, simply here, based on the behavior, all these data types dividing like a two categories based on the behavior. Using one variable, how many values we are able to store in the memory. Based on that, two types, fundamental collection. And every object having behavior. Based on the object behavior, dividing like two types. One is mutable, one is immutable. So full clarity is important, guys. Okay. Now, what are the data types comes under the immutable? What are the types comes under the mutable? That is, you have to know it. And one more point, immutable. Immutable means not editable objects. It means once creating one object with some values in the memory, for example, 10, 20, 30, like I'm creating one tuple object, I'm creating as assumption. This is a tuple object, simply tuple object assumption. So once creating one object with some values in the memory, every memory is having some memory address, guys. So this is the address of this memory assumption. Unique hash code value there. So now, after creating this object with some values in the memory, in future, whenever you want, guys, so we are unable to do any changes in this memory. It means we cannot update, we cannot delete, we cannot add new values. This object length always fixed only. What is the length of this object? Length of this object using the len function. Using the len function, we can find out, guys. So here the object name we are giving as an input. Okay, so now three values there. That's why object length is at 3 like return. This length we cannot change it. Means length cannot reduce, length cannot increase, and object values also cannot update. So that's why simply called as not editable objects. This all are comes under the immutable. Numbers related into, float to, complex, Boolean values, string values, tuple values, Trojan set values. So When coming to the set two types there, guys. So one is a normal set, one is a Progen set. This Progen set also, once creating in the memory, we cannot do any changes. So at the time of discussing this set, I will let you know more points about this one. Forget about this one right now. Okay. And when coming to the mutable, so once creating one object with some values in the memory, in future we can update, we can delete, we can add. It means object length we can change it, guys. We can change it. Reduce the length, increase the length, update the values in this object. Okay, so this is called a mutable type. Okay, mutable objects can be changeable objects in the future, even once creating in the memory. So list to sets to dictionaries, this all comes under the mutable types. So when you are attending the interview, what is the difference between mutable and immutable? Very, very important question. So
Yeah,
full clearly you
mutable is
have
the
to give the answer,
non-editable,
guys, with examples.
immutable is
And
the
next,
editable
each
objects,
data
and
type they may
mutable is
ask.
non-editable
Is
objects.
list are mutable, immutable? Is a set immutable or mutable? Is dictionaries mutable or immutable? Like one word answer asking. So if you are remembering this structure, every data type you are able to understanding. Boolean is a mutable or immutable. String is a mutable or immutable. What? Okay, if asking is string mutable or immutable, what is your answer? Immutable. You are telling. Why it is immutable? Why it is immutable? Then you have to give the explanation. Once creating one string object with some values in the memory, in future we cannot do any changes in that same memory. If we are trying to do, then it returns error. Okay, so it means object length we cannot reduce, we cannot increase. Like explanation you have to give clearly, then interview person satisfying very well. Guys, are you getting my screen? Just refresh, guys. Devi, refresh. Maybe your side stucking. Suraj, that is only I told right now. Why string is immutable? Why string is immutable means once creating one string object in the memory, in the same memory we cannot do changes. In the same memory, if we are able to do the changes, that is considered like a mutable type. If we are unable to do the changes, considered like a immutable. Okay, we have to accept the rules and regulations. Okay, no? Remember that. And here some people sometimes asking guys, okay, previously I faced this kind of problem. So sir, why they given only these data types? Why not giving other data types? They're comparing with some other languages. For example, here into float they given. So in Java, into float, long, bool, like other things there. So why not given long? Why not given double like that? So Guido van Rossum developed this Python. Okay, he given rules and regulations. We have to follow those rules. Okay, now. So remember, guys, that's why here is all dividing like a immutable, and these all are dividing like a mutable. Okay. So later, each data type we are going to discussing separately strings, tuple, list, sets, dictionaries. That time more clearly we will discuss. Okay, na? Again, each data type mutable or immutable, why it is mutable, why it is immutable, definitions, examples. In every data type concept, number of methods there. For example, when we are discussing this thing, so here lot of methods there is nearly 30 methods. I will explain it. Lot of methods there, different depending on the situations. We can use different methods as per the requirement. If we know these all methods, then logical questions are some task-based questions easily we are able to solve it. So that time you will expect more variations related to string. So here the just what are the types there and what are comes under the mutable, what are the comes under the mutable, I given. Okay, remember. So this is not time for discussing every data type related method separately. So later I'll come back and I'll discuss about the data types. That time you can remember what are mutable, what are mutable. Okay, so that question also there guys the difference between these two things. So these all points we discussed in the last session. So now today we are going to discussing about these things, guys. Type conversions related, type casting functions related, how to reading the data from user using the keyboard. Simply input function is there. What is the purpose of the input function? You have to know it. Will be clear? So these things also, if you know, then you are able to read the data from the user, and one type of data you can convert into another type. Okay, like that. And one more thing is here, typecasting functions. By using these typecasting functions, one type of data into another type, we can convert as the type conversion is nothing but one type we require to use some typecasting functions. So we have so many typecasting functions. So what are the data types there? Every data type related one typecasting function is there, guys. For example, here int, float, complex, like that. So here only I'm giving int like one typecasting function there, and float one typecasting function is there. Complex related one more typecasting function is there. Okay, these are the typecasting functions, guys. And when coming to the Boolean related, okay, next here. When coming to the Boolean, so Boolean related here, bool like one typecasting function is there. And next, when coming to the string, when coming to the string, str typecasting function is there. And next, when coming to the tuple, so tuple related typecasting function, tuple only there. Okay, tuple. These all are the functions, guys, ready-made functions. And next, coming to the list, coming to the list, so we have a list typecasting function. And next, so we have a set related set typecasting function. And next, and now here dictionary related dict typecasting function is there. Okay, so set related another type Progen set is there. Progen set comes under the immutable, guys. So that point, at the time of discussing this one, I'll let you know. Okay, just I'll give you here. So here Progen set related Progen set data type. This is the data type, and this data type related Progen set typecasting function is there. Typecasting function. Okay, so what are the data types there, guys? With that name only, typecasting functions also there. Understanding? So if you are remembering the data type names and the typecasting functions also, easily you can remember it. So by using these type conversions functions, these all are considered like a typecasting functions or type conversion functions. One type of data into another type, using these functions we can convert. Okay, so why to converting, why require to converting? Sometimes we have that kind of requirement. We may get that kind of requirement for converting one type of data into another type related. Okay, no? So first of all, using input function, guys. See, I will let you know about these things. Okay, these all three things together we are discussing, guys. So we have a input function. Using this function, what can do? We can read the data from the user using the keyboard. In our laptop keyboard, guys, from the keyboard we can accept some input from the user. For example, I want to do one task, guys. Okay, so okay, directly instead of typing here in the IDLE only, I will let you know, guys. So open the IDLE. Open the IDLE, and input function we can use. And now here prompt message also we can write. Enter any number, or else first of all enter first number, guys. Enter first number. Simply like I'm writing. So Python is a interpreted programming language or not? What is your answer? Is Python interpreted programming language or not? What is interpreted programming language or not? Yes, Python is interpreted. Interpreted meaning is what? Do you know or not? Think about that. So interpreted languages executing each line immediately executing. If I'm pressing enter, immediately asking input. Okay, enter first number. Okay, I'm entering first number. Okay, so right now that is you're not storing as, that's why automatically printing. Okay, next I'm going to use here num1 or else number one equal to so immediately it is asking as immediately it is asking. So number one is 10. Okay, I'm entering. Next I want to read one more number. So here number 2, enter second number, second number is 20. Okay, so right now you entered first number 10, second number 20, and the next result equal to, so number 1 plus number 2. Okay, number 1 related value plus number 2 related value, both merging, arithmetic operation, and return this result to here. This is a variable name, and this is some expression value. Previously in the variable concept we discussed a variable make the value using expression also. Okay, so now yeah, this one there. So if I'm printing this result, what is the output? Let me know, guys. What is the output? Let me know. Result 10 plus 20. So 30 you are expecting generally. Okay, no? So now check it. What is the result here? So 1020, guys. 10 plus 20 returns like a 1020. Okay, so only result I'm going to print see here. So quotations format. Quotations means between the quotations, if anything is there, considering like what type? This is a considering like what type? str type. str type, string type. If you want to know, then type function you can use. So result like that. So str type of result is what? str means string type getting. Okay, so we entered a number type 10, number type 20. Then why it is returns like a string? That is you have to understand. Okay, so input function behavior is input function. So whenever we are entering number type related 10 value, so this 10 value input function reading in the form of string. Input function behavior is by default it reads data in the form of str, string type. That string type value we are entering into here, nothing but this type and storing. Quotations format, the string type value there here. Same like here also, string type value storing here. Okay, so now here number 1 is string, number 2 is a string, guys. Both are strings. Okay, so string plus string, when we are using plus operator using the two string type values. So string plus string concatenation using, guys, using the plus operator here, performing the concatenation behavior. Concatenation means side by side adding. String 1 plus string 2 side by side adding. Okay, first string is what? Okay, 10. Side second string 20, like this storing side by side merging is. Okay, that is one result you are getting here. All of you clear this one? So input function behavior, that any type of input you can enter, it reads in the form of string. Okay, that's why we require to convert this is what integer type format value convert. It is reading in the form of string. That string type value I want to convert into again int. So if we want to convert into int, we can use int casting function. Then integer format converting, float format converting. Okay, like that. Depending on the situations, we can use these type casting functions. Okay, now, so before that, plus operator related behavior, I will let you know. Check it, guys, here. Okay, plus operator is very, very important. So 10 plus 20, both are what type, guys? Int, both are integer, nothing but numbers. So first value number, second value number, then it returns number type only 30. and it is acting like arithmetic operator. Okay. So next 10 plus 20.50. So this is a number type int related number, float related number, nothing but both are numbers only. This is the higher type value. Then finally you are going to get higher type value. So 30.5. Okay. So number type only you are getting finally arithmetic operation only performing. Okay, next 10.50, then 20.50. So float type number, again float type number, nothing but both are numbers only. Then again acted like a arithmetic operator only. So both are merging. Okay, then result returned. Arithmetic operation performing. So finally, what is your conclusion here? When we are working with one plus operator, if both values are number type related values, finally result returns like a number. It means if both values are number, then plus operator working like a arithmetic operator. That is our conclusion, guys. Next, if both are the strings, guys, this is a string, and next, this is another string. So string plus string, if both values are string, then this plus operator acted like a concatenation operator. Concatenation means side by side merged. Side by side merged. See here, 10 is a number type related in string. Okay, string format related number. Again, string format related number here. String plus string concatenated, side by side acted. So this logic only here worked. Here worked. String plus string. Understanding all of you? Okay. So next, one is a number, one is a string. Then what you are expecting here? Is this going to performing arithmetic operation or concatenation operation? What you are expecting? So error, some people expecting, okay, then what type of error coming? That is also you have to focus it. So in the chat box, don't give answer always error related. Which error you are expecting? Try to give it that one. Okay. So yes, good. Many people given correct answer. Some people giving syntax error, guys. Okay, now see guys. Python given one rule here. If both are number types, then number arithmetic operator is working this plus. If both are strings, then acted like a concatenation operator. If both are different types, then it returns a type error. So Python don't know performing arithmetic operation or concatenation operation, getting confusions. That's why type error returns. Unsupported operand types. Operand means these values. Unsupported operand types for plus. One is int, this one, and one is a string, this one. So two different types, that's why type error returns. Remember this one? Number of times you're going to get this error when working with the plus symbol. All of you clear so far what I'm explaining? Plus operator behavior is very, very important. So sometimes also called as operator overloading. Overloading means one operator, if performs more than one behavior, called as operator overloading. Plus is operator based on the given inputs. If inputs are numbers, acted like arithmetic operator. If inputs are strings, acted like a concatenation operator. If inputs are different types, then returns like a type error. So based on the values, same operator performs differently. Okay, this is called operator overloading. If it is operator overloading. If it is a function overloading. If it is a method overloading, like we are calling as it's a very, very important. Overloading means one thing performs many behaviors. That one thing is nothing but here operator. That's why one operator performs many behaviors based on the given inputs, so called as operator overloading. So this plus is acted like operator overloading. And one more small example I will let you know, guys. Remember for your interview purpose. So here 10 int 3. So both are number related, 10 and 3. So int is acting like a multiplication operator. Multiplication operator, 10 into 3, 30. Next 10 into 3. So first input is the string, is string into 3. then it is acted like a repetition operator. Repetition operator. Hence, 10 3 times repeatedly executing 10 10 10 repetition operator. So here hello is there, hello into 3, hello like that, 3 times repeatedly getting. So when we are working with into operator, guys, both are number types, then acted like a multiplication operator. One is a string and one is a number, then acted like a repetition behavior. Repetition behavior. Okay, now? Okay, next 3 into hello, I'm getting 3 into hello. So order is not important. One is number, one is a string, then 3 times repeatedly executing. Okay, so this plus and into symbol, we can consider like a operator overloading concept related. What is operator overload? What is operator overloading? Can you explain? Or else can you give some examples like asking? Then using plus, using into, you can give it answer. Hope you're understanding about this one. Today I'm going to share one material. In that material, you will get these all information, sir. And all the rules are very, very important. Coming days, you will get it. So Karthik, you are getting that doubt. Some related, some doubts, guys. When you are doing practice, you have to test it. Every point when I'm explaining, taking more time. See, hello into hello, string into string. Okay, type error. So using into related, I mean, two strings we cannot do multiplication. Two strings we can concatenate side by side. Two values we can multiply. Two strings we cannot multiply. Okay, so these kind of doubts, guys, anyone, if you are getting, if giving like this, what happening? Practically, you have to do testing. Okay, na? So then more clarity you will get it. Suddenly, this one only when you are attending interview, if anyone asking, so my sir explained this one and this one, not explaining this one, I don't know, like that. Okay, don't lose opportunity. You have to identify correctly and give the answers. So string related, Dhananjay, when we are going to discussing about the string related number of methods there, 20, 30 methods I will explain depending on the requirements. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so remember guys, this operator overloading related plus, working with the plus, working with the into related. And next, so here using input function, what happening, this behavior also remember, by using the input function, we can read the data in the form of string. That point remember. Okay, that string type data, if we want to convert into our required format, we require typecasting functions. In Python, we have several typecasting functions. For example, like you have to give some names, blah blah blah, int function, float function, complex, bool, string, tuple, like that. So without giving gap, some function names you can explain it. Okay, so for example here, check it guys. A equal to 10. This is what type of value? What type of value? This one int type. So now I want to convert into string as string. So string means str is there. Str of A, str of A I'm using. Then this one string type converting type of yes, then str type converted. So A is the integer type. I'm going to give here. I'm going to convert into float of A. Then so you can print float type you are getting. So if you want to see the type of F, then float type you are getting. Like that, sometimes depending on the requirements, we have to convert it as one type of data into another type using these typecasting functions. All of you clear? For example, I said previously list using the square brackets, guys. We are writing like this. So this is a type. What is this one? List type. Okay, so now I want to convert into tuple type, then tuple of list. See here, tuple type, parenthesis format converting. Okay, next I want to convert into set, then set type converting as with curly brace. Okay, so like that, depending on the situation, so one type into another type, we can convert. Slowly you will understanding the actual purpose of these typecasting functions. For example, okay, this is not a situation. Coming days we'll discuss, guys, so don't worry here. So right now, how many values there here? 5 values, 2 are duplicates, 10 and 20 are duplicates. I want to reduce the duplicates. Okay, then set the function we can use set of LST, then reducing the duplicates. So only unique values maintaining by set. So when we are discussing the set related, I will let you know these all points, you don't worry. Okay, just right now here my intention set means curly brace with comma separating values. Syntax you have to remember it. So from this list duplicate values, if I want to reduce to the set, I'm giving as an input this list as an input I'm giving to the set, and again this set I'm converting into list. Then list of unique values we are going to get. So these are the task-based questions. Sometimes giving like this list, how to reducing the duplicate values from this list and return unique elements list like asking. So then if you're writing like that, unique elements list displaying. So when we are discussing particular data type related, I will explain these all things and I will say a lot of task related also, guys. So far clear? Typecasting functions behavior and input function behavior. Okay, now here one notepad I'm creating. Notepad is here, control N, control S. And I'm going to save, and I'm going to, so input to function related program, input function program dot py. So here I want to write it. So first take two numbers, take two numbers from user and return sum of them. Okay, so take two numbers from the user, or else how to read the two numbers from the user and return sum of them. Okay, just now we did, guys, n1 or number one, like you can take it. So input function we are using, and here prompt message we can write. So first number, enter first number, and next one more line, entered second number, and this is the n2, guys, entered second number. Okay, next result equal to n1 plus n2. If I'm printing this result, so you're going to get string type related. See, so if I'm using here, guys, this one ideally here. So each value here immediately asked whenever I'm entering this, after typing this one, whenever I'm pressing enter, then immediately asking enter first number like that. This is called interpreted behavior. If you want to create many lines code at a time, and if you want to execute these all lines at a time, then you can create like a notepad file. Okay, so now I created many lines, save it, and click here, run and run module, simply F5 button. So now here asking enter first number 10, enter second number 20, then 1020. Okay, so what is this 1020? The sum of, like if you want to be display, then you can display it here. See here, string message I'm going to write the sum of comma, this is as it is printing. Now n1 value as it is printing, and as it is printing, comma n2 as it is printing is okay, is and now here printing is check it here. So the sum of n1 value, whatever we are entering, that is coming here. The sum of 10 and 20 is result value. What is there? That is you're going to get it. Okay. So more dynamically we are displaying as 10 I'm entering, 20 I'm entering. Now you can see the sum of 10 and 20 is 1020. If you are displaying like this, so giving left and right, big slapping giving. Okay, so we have to return here 30. That's why typecasting function is important. Okay, now, so here only input function I'm using. Input function, guys. So reading in the form of a string, that string type value convert into int. Just for your confirmation, I'm giving 10 here, and here I'm giving 20, guys. I'm giving 20 here. Enter first number, enter second number. So here input function again I'm using. Now string type value here, the number type only storing, again number type, number plus number, arithmetic operation performing, then proper result you're going to get it. So now here 100 and 200. Now see here, the sum of 100 and 200 is 300. Correctly working or not? All of you clear? So Jena, don't worry about that. Just I created the syntax for removing the duplicate values from the list using set. So coming days you will get it, no worries. So for this purpose, we are using the typecasting functions, guys. So okay, now this one successfully worked, and here some problems also there. One more I'm going to write. See here. So if I'm entering number type related 10, okay, this is what integer type related 10. So string format reading by input function, and this is again using int function converting into int type assigned to variable. Okay, so whatever the value we are entering, this is input function reading in the form of string convert into int assigned to this variable. Okay, now here in this place I'm going to enter the float value 10.50. This is a float type value you are trying to convert into which type? Integer type. What happening? See, value error, invalid literal for int function with base 10, like 10.50 something. What is the meaning of this? Means float related higher memory value, guys. Right now here which value I entered? 10.50. So this is a float related memory, this is a int related memory, guys. Okay, assumption. So for example, this is a 2-liter water bottle, this is a 1-liter water bottle, guys. Assumption. So here the 2-liter full of water there, guys. Here full water there here. So this water, this 2-liter bottle related water you are trying to store into 1 liter. Is that memory sufficient? No. 1 liter unable to maintain store this all value, water. Okay, so capability not there, guys. Space problem is there. If you want this 1 liter related water, you can store into 2-liter bottle. More space is there. Are you clear? So lower memory value you can store into higher memory format, or you can convert into higher memory format. Higher memory related memory value you cannot convert into lower memory. Okay, this is the rule here following. So float related more space there, more memory required, but you are trying to convert into int. Okay, so that's why throwing the error. Okay, so which error you are getting, and this error you are getting. Carefully remember, guys. This error throwing because of this value. Okay, identify the answers here. So cross testing is very important when you are doing practice. So in WhatsApp group, if you are joining in WhatsApp group, I shared up to the last session in the WhatsApp group. If you are not joining, I'm not responsible. Yes, other people, did you receive the material in the WhatsApp group or in the portal? Registered people from the portal directly can access the PDF material. And for free session also, one WhatsApp group created. There also there's the text material all I posted. This entire material session I posted. Yes, many people got it. So you can ask starting backup videos, people sharing. So present classes related backup videos, you all people not going to receiving. Only registered people can receiving, guys. Okay, don't ask me again and again. Last session I missed, can you share that backup video like that. These videos are not going to store at my location. These all videos are storing at a server, office servers, in office server storing, and those all permissions having to admin people only, not to me. Okay, now? Up to yesterday onwards, like these text-based materials you are going to receiving in the free session group. Okay, in portal directly PDF files you can access it. And I given numbers, guys. Office people numbers I given while you are accessing any problem you are facing, and contact to those numbers. Otherwise, our classes are disturbing. Or else, end of the class, I am ready to interacting with you. You can ask that time all your queries. Okay? Yes. So, what I am discussing, what is the point right now? Just okay. Here, this typecasting related we are discussing with the input function, guys. Okay. Next, one more one. I'm going to do one more one. No need of writing these many lines of code. Okay. Every time I'm writing, no problem. Copy and paste. And next here, identify the answer, guys. What you are going to get. So here, float related, I'm going to use a float function. Okay, here float function I'm using. So float value you can enter. This float value string format reading and again converting into float, storing here. And now here integer only I'm entering. String format reading, converting into float. It means 20.0 like that converting. That's why here no problem you're going to get it. So here 10.50, then no problem. 20 integer I'm entering, converting into float. That's why float type you're getting. So lower memory we can convert into higher memory. Okay. So remember, guys. So this one walked. Simply here identify the result. So what is coming here? Check it. Result you can identify it. And next one more example here. Okay, next here, I'm going to enter some ABC, nothing but like a something string value I'm going to enter. Okay, enter the first number, some ABC I'm entering. So ABC is a string, okay, value error you're getting. Could not convert a string to float. String type value into float type we cannot convert. Number related string type value we can convert into float, but this is the pure string type value. This is the string type value we cannot convert into float, guys. So this is the error you are getting. Okay, yeah. So if I'm entering like this a string, then string type, okay, string accessing in the form of string only, guys. This one, that is the trying to converting, because of this line only you're getting error. Okay. So now finally, what we are understanding here, whenever asking like this, enter first number, user may enter the integer type value, user may enter float related values, user may enter string related values. We don't know what type of value is going to enter by the user. Understanding? So whenever we are asking enter number, maybe you can enter int type number or float number or string number, we don't know. So based on this input, here conversions working properly. If using here float, the float type values only accepting, okay, and int also accepting, first thing error throwing. If I'm using here int, only integer type values only accepting, remaining things throwing error. Okay, so we don't know what type of values are going to enter by the user. So if we know, then we can use proper type here. Understanding? That's why to overcome these kind of problems, we have one alternative. We have one alternative, guys. So what is that? We'll see here. We have one special function called eval function. Okay, working with eval function, working with eval function, guys. This is the function eval. Simply abbreviation is evaluation function. Simply here short name given, eval function we are calling. Okay, if we are using eval function, here any type of value we can enter. What type of value we are entering here? Same type converting. Right now, if I'm using float here, only float type format converting. Okay. So if I'm entering here int type converting, if I'm entering string type converting, like if we want then eval function we can use dynamically evaluating here 10 I'm giving, and the next here 10.50. One is number, one is a float. So dynamically evaluating. This is the number type, this, I mean integer type, and this is float type accepting as. Check it here, int and a float I given. See. So here, okay, this is not a float now. Okay, one more time can execute. And now here 10 and 20.50. See here, float type only accepting. Okay, so like that is. Okay, next here small, okay, entire thing without writing, only this single line I'm using, single line. So now here you can see guys, I'm going to enter the string ABC. When we are using a value function, string format, quotations format only, you have to enter the data. So now, okay, here only type also I want to print guys, print type function, type of n1 related type I'm going to print guys. Check it here. So okay, I'm going to enter the 10. So then here, so int type value I entered. Okay, here first I entered which value? Integer type. Then integer type only accepting. Okay, integer format accepting and storing here printing. And next one more time. Okay, save and okay. And next I'm going to enter 20.50. Float type only accepting as a float I entered, float type only converting by eval. Okay, so here 20.50 entered. And next save it. And one more time run it. So ABC, okay, ABC in the form of string you can enter. Then see here, string type only allowed. str is a string type. So it means what is the purpose of, what is the use of eval function here? Which type of value we are entering, or which type of value is entered by the user, same type format converting and storing into the variable. So this is the advantage using the eval function. Are you clear about this one? Is that clear, everyone? Eval function, evaluation related. Arshit Reddy, I give an example also. Using the eval function, user may enter any type of value. What type of value is entering? Same type reading. Input function reading in the form of string. Any type we can enter reading in the form of string. That string type value again, which type we enter, that type only converting. If you entered int type converting. If you entered float type converting, like that. But in previous examples here, not like that. So here if you entered int only, then integer format taking. If you entered float, then return exception here. Exception. So these kind of problems, if we want to overcoming, then we can use eval function. So which type of value we are entering, same type you are getting, evaluation type. So those things only you are getting here, type related examples. Float type, string type, int type, which type value we are entering, same type you are getting. Are you clear? Do practice, guys. And one more point is, so eval function actually one more purpose also there. Along with this purpose, one more purpose also there. So evaluating some expression result, guys. So here 10 plus 10 plus 20 minus 5 into 2, okay, into 2, like we can write. Finally, result returning. Here, this is one expression. String format related expression evaluating means calculating as and return result. So here 5 into 2, 10 guys. 5 into 2, 10 value we are getting. Okay, now next 10 plus 20, 30, 30 minus 10, 20, 20 value we are getting. So sometimes a string type related expression result we are giving input, then using this evaluating, using the eval function, evaluating this expression and return the result. This is also one purpose. Mathematical related operations, the people who are doing that time, those people can use this eval function. And when we are reading the input from the user, so what type we entering, same type format if we want to convert, for that also we can use eval function. Two purposes there to practice well. Shubham, post executing means okay, do practice guys here and identify the result, identify the result by giving different inputs. Identify the result by giving different inputs. Okay, this is about the eval function related guys. Okay, now, along with these all typecasting functions. So here there's so many typecasting functions related we discussed guys. So along with these all things, we also having eval function. Using that also we can do conversion. Okay, so final one small point there guys, today topic pending related. And coming to the type conversion later, so two types of type conversions there guys. So yeah, two types. So all of you understanding first of all what is the meaning of type conversion? One type into another type converting. How to converting means by using typecasting functions. How to reading the data from the user using the keyboard, using the input function. Which format reading by default, this one in the form of string reading. So that's why if we want to convert into other type, we require to use typecasting function. Okay, these points remember. And one more small point here. So we have two types of conversions, I guess. Implicit type conversion, implicit type converting or conversions. And the next explicit type conversion. Okay, two types there, implicit, explicit. Implicit type conversion means Python only automatically converting itself. Python only automatically converting itself. Okay, we are not converting explicitly. And I will give you some example for this. First, this one focus. Explicit type conversion means, so we are going to converting explicitly, manually by using these typecasting functions. By using these typecasting functions, if we are converting explicitly one type of data into another type, then consider like a explicit type conversions. Explicit type conversions. Understanding? So for that, we did some example. So here the small example I'm going to give here. Working with explicit type conversion is. So for example, list object is there. I have a list object 20, 30. This is the list. And I want to print into another type. For example, tuple. This is the type tuple guys. Okay, to this tuple, I'm giving a list as input. So this list type object converting into tuple, that is we are printing. If you want to save in one variable, you can save it separately. Okay, you can save it here and you can use that object. That is all your wish. So now you can see here. Tuple format you are writing. Okay, and one more function here, print set of lst. So now, so here tuple type converted, here list type converted. Okay, using the typecasting function, explicitly we are converting. Okay, so called as explicit type conversion. And here the print here str of 10. 10 is what? Integer type. Int type into string type converting and return. Okay, print it. So here print function I'm using. That's why you are unable to see the quotation. So if you want type also. or else first of all here this one, okay, result equal to, so integer converted into string, and this result I'm going to print. So if I'm printing like this, 10 displaying, and now here type you can see here type, then you're going to get a string type. Okay, so this is called explicit type conversions related, guys. Okay, no worries about this explicit type conversion. Using these all functions, we can do conversion. Now coming to the implicit, means automatically converting. Just now here we did, guys. Okay, here the input function reading in the form of string. Okay, that is a float function. If I'm using converting into float, explicitly I'm performing. Okay, so if I'm using a int type, float type only converting, that is also explicit conversion only. Okay, next here, I'm going to use one is a number, one is one is a int, one is a float. So then finally we are going to get which type, float type we are getting. So if you want this result, guys, okay, print, and now here only type also we can use. Inside this 10 plus 20.50 I'm using. So here result printing, here type printing, guys. So now here float type. So here I didn't use it anywhere the float casting function. Both values merged, finally float type converting. Who converting this one? Python converting. This is called as implicit conversion. Implicit conversion, guys. Okay, now? Okay, some more points I'll give you. And small point here A comma star B, I'm using 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, 60 I'm giving. For example, parenthesis format we can give. Parenthesis means which type of object this one? Tuple object. So I'm going to print here A, and I'm going to print here the B. Okay. So what is this concept, guys? Let me know, anyone? Anyone remembering what is that this concept? What we are calling this concept? What we are calling that concept? Forgetting or remembering? Unpacking concept. More than one variable if available, called as unpacking. How many variables there? Same number of values length we are expecting in the object. So in this object, multiple values there. So that's why here the starred variable I'm using. So first value is assigned to here, and remaining is all values assigned to here. Okay. So A value is 10, guys, here. A value is 10. Now what about the B value? This is the tuple object. What about the B value? What you are expecting? 20, 30, 40 comma separating you are expecting, Sachin? Format, output format important. Everyone knows from here to here getting output format or any other format, that is important. Okay, now here list format we are getting. List format. So who converting this one? Python only converting. This is the tuple related now list format converting, automatically converting. So this is called implicit conversion, guys. Implicit conversion. Okay, and one more small point here. One more small point, final point here. Now here LST equal to 20, 40, 10, 30, different values there. So now here print set of LST I'm giving, set of LST. This list I'm giving as input to this set, and I'm going to printing. This is the conversion only, guys. Type conversion. Explicitly we are converting. Okay. So okay, not this one. This is the explicit conversion. So now I'm going to use here sorted LST, sorted list equal to sorted function is there. So that LST I'm using as. Okay, this list object I'm giving as input to this sorted function, and the sorted list we are going to get it as sorted list. Okay, here the tuple format you can take it tuple. This is a tuple object. Finally, okay, this one is a tube. Okay, wait, tuple object. I'm using tuple object, and here also tuple object, and sorted object. Sorted object. Now print this one, print this one, print of this one. Okay, so now you can see guys here. List format, the sorting order we are getting 10, 20, 30 like that. The sorting order we are getting. So here the unorder is there guys, 20, 40, 10, 30 randomly there. Tuple object format there. Tuple object I given as input to the sorted function. The sorted function creating all these values in the form of sorting order, low to higher order, ascending order, but return which format? List format returned. I didn't convert it in the form of list. The sorted function converting itself. So this is considered like a implicit conversion. Internally Python converting. Okay, now? So remember guys, this is about the implicit and explicit. Automatically Python, if converting, considering like a implicit conversion. Using the typecasting functions, if we are converting, then considering like a explicit type conversion. Okay, so these all topics very, very important. Coming sessions we are going to use regularly. So these concepts related material I'm going to share today, and interview questions also guys, every topic related. See here, what is the typecasting or type conversion? Okay, why is the typecasting important for one type to another type converting purpose? How does Python handle the type conversion using implicit, using explicit? About the implicit, about the explicit, you have to understanding us, and how to converting the string type into integer, how to converting the int into string. A lot of typecasting functions I explained about the float function, eval function. So these all I discussed guys. Okay, so here the number plus int plus float. Okay, string plus string. So int plus string. What kind of output getting here? Float. Here concat. Here arithmetic operation performing. Concatenation performing. Here type error returning. Okay, so these all questions. Check it guys. You'll get some knowledge about the fundamentals related also here. Collection with the fundamentals. Type function behavior, data type meaning is what, mutable related, immutable related, difference between them, all you are getting. So these fundamental related questions already uploaded. So now these are typecasting related, input function related, plus operator related. This is all you are getting. So this and this related material I will upload. And today we did program also uploaded in the portal. So you can access it and do practice. And the next session guys, the controlling statements we are going to discussing. Don't miss it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for this session. See you tomorrow. And guys, anyone backup videos, if you want, make it your register.